time for your weekly dose of pop culture with Kathy and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
I like that.
Good evening and hello. Welcome to Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. It is your weekly dose of pop culture for a Saturday evening, the first evening of July 2023. And we thank you for being with us for another Saturday night of talking all things pop culture.
It's July 1st. First week
You sound
of July.
very far away.
I do.
Is it me or
louder?
I think you could stand to be a little louder, or
Okay,
maybe
I'm
it's
sorry.
me.
It might be because I'm a pretty loud guy.
Okay, maybe my headphones are kind of low.
I'm a pretty loud guy, you know.
I'll turn them up a little. Maybe see if that helps.
How's your week?
My week is my week. It's been a pretty good week.
That's good. Yeah, me too. Guess what? I meant to see the flyer, so you can put it on the show, and I'll try to send it while we're doing the show. But Friday, I'm going to be performing in New York, and the headliner for the show is Grandmaster Melly Mel.
Oh, awesome! So that's
I'm going to be in that show doing some spoken word. They're doing a stop the violence. They're doing a stop the violence gun control thing in New York, and I knew somebody down here who was associated with it, and they were looking for spoken word artists, and I asked to be on the bill, and they let me on the bill. So here I am. It's going to be. Let me get the flyer. Let me show you. We'll post it too on our page. Hip hop against gun and gang violence. Piece of Peace artist showcase. Melly Mel, Missone of five-star general, Nene Ali. But yeah, it's going to be a couple of acts, and I'm going to be one of the acts doing some spoken word, and they already check my pieces to make sure they're about peace and stopping the violence. And it's going to be a good time. So I'm going to New York for a day to hang out with a friend of mine who got me into the show from here. And we're going to go to New York and hang out for a day. And then I'm going to hustle back to Jersey so I could do my open mic at Picture Perfect Affairs.
Now, did you send that to me in an email or did you send that to me?
You know what? I don't know how I sent it to you, but I'm going to send it to you right now. And
because if you send it to me as a text, I don't have my phone. I left my phone in another room.
I just sent it to you on the Kathy and on us talking on Facebook. I just sent it to you on that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I just sent that to you right now on that, but
then I'll
be doing some poems about peace. I have a poem called Walk that I'm known for doing, and a lot of people know that one. I've been doing it for years, but it's about it's called Walk, but the main line goes, everybody has a walk, which means that everybody, marches to the beat of their own drummer, and you have to accept that person for marching to the beat of their own drummer. Everybody has a walk. Walk with pride. Check your stride and walk with pride. And I have another piece I'm going to be doing called Gun. And it's a very clean piece, and it's about gun control, really. It's about guns and gun control. So it's a very clean piece about that. That pretty much gets the message out there. So yeah,
it's hip hop against gun and gang violence with Melly Mel. Is it Michonne?
Michonne.
Nene Ali. That's
Nene
next
Ali.
Friday, July 7th, and that is that's in New York City?
Yes.
New York City. All right. Pieces of Peace. I like that. Artist showcase. That's pretty cool. Pieces of Peace. So are you going to be on early, or are you going to have to wait, or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet. I did let them know I had to be on early because I had to host an open mic later on that evening in Jersey, and
Okay.
then the next day on Saturday, I got to get all the details. And when I get the details, I'll give it to you. But I was asked to come to Newark, New Jersey, to do some performing. So,
Cool.
and that's what I've been wanting to do. I'm in the South Jersey area, and people don't realize how big New Jersey is. And
Yeah.
I've been looking to break into, North Jersey as a spoken word artist, and this is my chance now to do that.
Well, I've mentioned this before, but one of my favorite lines from When Harry Met Sally is when Harry and Sally are trying to matchmake and match them up with other people. And so, so Sally's trying to match Harry with Carrie Fisher, and Harry's trying to match Sally with oh God, I forgot the guy's name.
I forgot that he passed away too, also besides Carrie Fisher.
Right. And they're trying to match them up. Meanwhile, the two of them wind up hooking up. But it was funny because they're trying to find stuff in common, and I think at one point Harry is on a date with, I think, Carrie Fisher, and or no, I think they were on a double date. But he goes,
they want a double date, and one says they're from Jersey.
From Jersey, and then and it's, oh really, what part? And one of them says like Newark, the other one says like Cherry Hill. It's like
like Haddonfield, something like that. Yeah,
Haddonfield or something like that. And it was just like
so far apart.
It is so funny, but to me, it's like, oh my gosh, you only get that joke if you're from Jersey. It's like almost like the Joe Piscopo routine. I'm from Jersey. Are you from Jersey?
I remember that. Yeah,
but
because
you only would get that if you were from Jersey.
And Newark are like 2 hours away from each other, like nowhere near each other.
Right. But not just that, it's almost like two different worlds. I think you could legitimately have, like you have a North Carolina and a South Carolina. You could legitimately have a North New Jersey and a South New Jersey, I think.
Do you think that North Jersey,
and it might be better tax-wise for some of the folks?
Well, do you think that North Jersey is more like a New York feel?
Oh, definitely.
And South Jersey is more like a more Philadelphia Southern feel, like more of a laid back feel than New York.
I don't know how laid back it is, but again, I think, and then you got the shore, which those folks don't want to align with North or South Jersey, so they're like they want to be their own world.
Well, there's a group of people I know, poets and performers, who consider the Burlington area, and that area along like Tacony and Burlington and all that, West Jersey.
Oh, snap. I didn't realize.
There's a West Jersey, they say, and I tell them that is just hockey puck. We got North, we got South, we got the shore.
North Jersey, we got
West Jersey too.
And that's about it.
Yeah, like West Jersey? Is that what we're doing now?
That's what we're doing now.
Don't split up anyone that needs to be split. Now, I really think though we should make another state and have North Jersey and South Jersey, two different states.
We'll run it up the flagpole, see who salutes. I don't think they can do it. They can't even make like we have like the District of Columbia. If anything, Washington D.C. needs to be its own state, for goodness sakes.
I will say this about New Jersey.
The taxation without representation. I'm just saying.
I will say this about New Jersey. Was it the last? I think Arkansas or one of the other states were the last states. But as of now, New Jersey is the only state where you do not have to self-serve your own gas. This is the only state where we will pump your gas in America. New Jersey is the only state.
It used to be Oregon. It used to be
Oregon. They passed a law now that they are now self-serve.
Oh wow!
Last week, under the radar, after the whole, affirmative action debacle, that was one of the other things that got under the radar.
Oh man.
Yes.
Okay.
So New Jersey is the last
that's the
state you
blessing
go
of New
to
Jersey is
where
that you don't
somebody
have.
can pump your gas when you don't even have to get
And
out
you
your
know
car.
what? I mean, say not now, but at one point, New Jersey, like if you were talking New York and Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, people came to New Jersey because not only did you not have to pump your own gas, but it used to be cheaper.
And
I
it
don't
still
know
is.
what
It still is.
it still is. Okay.
It still is.
Because, I'm like, hey,
I
you don't
will-
have to pay and it's cheaper. I mean, it's a
Let me
no-brainer.
tell you
But
something. Let me tell you something.
yeah.
I'm in New Jersey, and when I go to Philly,
Now,
I will
you can
ride that car to E until I get to Jersey to get gas. I don't care where I get gas. I will ride to E so I get to Jersey and get cheaper gas and get somebody to pump it for me.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful
It's a
thing.
beautiful thing.
And well, I've been going through this thing because my car, I realized when something else fell off of it the other day, that it is it's a 2015 that I got in actually late 2014. But it has almost 100,000 miles on it. It's my Prius, but I know I do want to upgrade, and I actually wanted my next upgrade to be electric. So I'm still investigating those waters.
Well, I just had lunch. I just had a drink with an old friend of mine a couple of days ago from high school who excuse me, who has a hybrid, gas and electric. And she lives in Colorado, and she says she doesn't use a lot of gas because she doesn't go a lot of places.
Mhm.
And she says that electric, man, that she says I haven't bought gas in a long time.
Well, Ed
I
can
think
attest that Kenny, you will ride on E. You will
yes,
ride or die
it's a
on
known fact. It's a known fact. Two things about Kenny Walker you need to know: I will ride on E, and I will be late.
E. So
I'm going to show up late, and I'm going to ride. Even my kids, my daughter, when Olivia went to junior prom, she's like, "Yeah, I want you to show up at 5:15, 5:30." I said, "Well, you told me before 5:45, 6 o'clock." Yeah, I know, but I want you to show up at 5:30, 5:15 because I know you're going to be late. So I'm
ouch.
going to tell you I'm going to tell you before time, you'll be on time. I was on time.
All right. All right. Well, hey, you know what? We're 15 minutes deep, so why don't you
Okay.
talk about a little bit about what the show's about as I kind of adjust the fonts on this document you sent me because I can't even read it. It's so
I
big.
know it's big. It's really big. It's really big. Now, so here's what I want to tell you. Last week we did the actors who do their own stunts. This week we're going to talk about the craziest stunts done. And what I did with this list that we have today, one of the things I did with this list is I picked the stunts. I used a couple of different sites. I picked the stunts where CGI was not used. Because I'm a big fan. Like a real stunt doesn't need CGI. Like that's not a stunt now. If you use
So you're
CGI,
kind of like talking old school stunts. So
and believe it or not, there's some stunts. I'm sure there's some old school stunts that I probably missed. But I hear some of the bigger ones, and some of these stunts are newer stunts, or some newer movies. But I do have some old school stunts in here, a couple. And I know
okay.
there's more I probably missed. And when I said stunts, are actual people stunts. Because I was talking to my buddy Bill, the comic book guy. We
Mhm.
talk a lot, and we had talked today. And I told he always says, "Ken, what's the show about today?" And I told him the show was about stunts, and he said they're going with the wind stunt. When they burned down the house, they used real fire and real horses. So
Wow.
they had to keep the horses under control and go with the wind while the house burned down because the fire in the house, the horses were going to run away. So
Oh
they
yeah,
had
that's what a
that
freaking
was
horse
that,
was
that
out.
was a real stunt that it did. And I didn't do too many stunts that had to do with blowing up things, and I should have
So
because we
you
weren't.
mean there are no Fast and Furious stunts on this
I got
list?
one Fast and Furious stunt here that was real. A lot of Fast and Furious things are CGI. because you see Vin Diesel gets out with no scratches, no scars, no nothing. It's a green screen. Is that a stunt? Really? Really? Is it? I don't know.
Is it a real
The
stunt?
big argument with Vin Diesel and The Rock is The Rock doing a post. I guess he said he had a bad day, but he did a post about, being on a set and having a bunch of quote unquote candy asses on a set because you got The Rock. This is a guy who's like big and muscular and jumps around and hits people and stuff like that. And you got these actors who got stunt doubles doing the hits and everything for him. And he's like, man, come on, man. What the hell? Like, we're going to do a fight. Let's do a fight. Like, come on. But, he's not, you got some, in the wrestling community, a wrestler is more likely to do stunts because in the wrestling community, they are trained to take hits and take falls and take jumps and things like that. They're trained for that kind of thing, just like stuntmen are. So you get somebody like a Rock in the movie with someone like Tyrese and Vin Diesel, who, got to protect the moneymaker. It's not, it's not the same thing.
Right.
So, I can see where The Rock would come out with that. And, you would have to, and I can see what Vin Diesel, who has in his contract that he can't lose a fight, would be like all pissed off about that because he wants to be tough.
Whoa. Let's back that up. He has it in his contract that he can't lose a fight.
I believe so. The Fast and Furious, yeah, I believe so.
Oh, for the Fast and Furious, but I'm like,
I believe at least in Fast and Furious, he can't lose a fight technically.
I was about to say, what kind of I
need somebody to double check. I need to double check that. Yeah, I need to double check that and have somebody double check that. But I hear it's in his contract that in the Fast and Furious movie, because you ever notice he doesn't lose a race and he doesn't lose a fight.
That's his MO.
And then one day he did lose a race against Brian. They all said that, he gave Brian the race because Brian was about to have a baby with a sister. So, But to get on with our list.
Okay.
To get on with our list, because what I did was, and I worked a little late, I'm sorry, but to get on with our list, we had a lot of different things going on here with our list. And I'm going to start from the bottom and work to the top. Because there's some interesting, on the stunts that I choose, there's some interesting stories here. So the first one goes Death Proof. And it was a 2007 movie with Quentin Tarantino. Okay. Now the stunt was that the stunt woman had to be on top of the car. And I guess it was a speed chase. And she's on top of the car. I've never seen this movie.
Oh, wait. Are you starting your list from the bottom or?
Yeah, from the bottom.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I would have had it. I was trying to get some images together, but all right, whatever.
I'm sorry. And I try to pick the stunts where they didn't really use CGI. So in this scene in Death Proof, with the woman on top of the car, and the actress's name is oh man, what was her last name? First name is Zoe. Her last name.
Oh wait, is that Ed knows because he told us about her. Told us about her last week.
Zoe Bell.
Zoe Bell.
Yeah, Zoe Bell on Death Proof was the actual actress on top of the car in the speeding car. There was no CGI, no stunt work involved. She was a stunt person that was on the car riding through on Death was and she's like
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so she actually had to hold on to that car. And her quote was, "There's no double, there's no CGI, it's all practical, and you're seeing the person crying is the same one falling off the car." I think on some deep subconscious level, it triggers the real to the people watching. Whoa. So that's actually Zoe Bell. She's actually crying, and when she gets thrown off the car, that is her.
Oh, that's too crazy. They can't pay me enough.
I don't know. They pay a lot, man.
I mean, I get it. They pay a lot, but
they pay a lot.
That is cray.
They pay a lot, man, for you to fall. Do a hold. All you gotta do is hold on the car, and when the car stops, you just fall off. Duck and roll, man. Duck and roll.
Tuck and roll.
So next one we'll go to is Casino Royale. And I've been told to watch this movie. This is one of James Bond movies, and I believe this is
my James Bond is not up to date, I don't think.
Really? I haven't watched a James Bond movie in years. I believe this is Daniel Craig's first one, though. But the stunt was pretty much jumping from cranes in midair.
Wow.
And Bond and the man he was chasing, played by free runner Sebastian Foucan, jumping and fighting from crane to crane. So the stunt director Gary Powell said that we can't sit on the Bond tradition and just do what's been done before. We have to match what they did and beat it, and that meant making it more gritty and realistic. So the guys on the crane, that was not like a blue screen and CGI. They were actually up there on cranes, jumping and fighting.
Wow.
So and the next one is another Daniel Craig movie, Skyfall, another Bond movie. And this is the opening scene. Now, like I said, I haven't seen a Bond movie in years. The last Bond movie I saw was probably the one with Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry. And it turned me off the Bond movies because Pierce Brosnan was in a tank. The tank rode through a whole city or something like that. And he was in a tuxedo. And he got out of the tank and he looked as clean as pie. And I'm like, okay, I'm done.
He's James Bond. He's got to look clean.
I'm done. But I heard the Daniel Craig Bonds were very good. So I might try to watch all those. But this movie, the stuntman, is a train fight on a train, and there was no CGI involved, so there's no blue screen involved in the scene. There's just these two guys on an actual train fighting.
Oh, that's got to blow the mind of someone.
And I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. That was actually Daniel Craig on top of the moving train.
Well, I mean, this shot, look, I mean, that definitely is Daniel Craig. I mean, it's got to be him.
Yeah. So that was Daniel Craig.
Daniel Crane. See, you got me saying you got me mispronouncing names like you now.
Craig.
Daniel
Craig. But see, it was actually that was actually him. And you get more actors trying to do their own stunts.
That's cool.
How you doing, Rolando?
Flores, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. We're talking about crazy stunts. And again, our focus is on actual stunts as opposed to CGI.
Yes.
Because I was about to sit down and watch Avatar Way of the Water, and that's nothing but CGI.
I never saw the first Avatar.
Old school stunts. We're talking Evel Knievel level stunts. We're talking Fonzie jumping the shark. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, no. Let's not jump the shark. I mean, yeah, so those are the kind of stunts we're going on. And yeah, I have not seen a Daniel Craig James Bond, but I think next week it's going to be on my list of seeing like a James Bond movie a week or something like that, starting from the first Daniel Craig one, because I heard they were really good. The next one we have a Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious 6.
The Fast and Furious is like becoming your new like Die Hard. It's like every week.
It is. Like, it slowly
is. You've got a Fast and Furious reference. And
it's
I know
about family
about franchises.
It's about family.
Whatever. Point Break with cars. It's not that great.
So we had a Fast and Furious. Now, Fast and Furious 6.
Okay, before we go to Fast and Furious, but Rolando is saying that he likes all the James Bond movies, and Daniel Craig has the best stunt work. And I don't know.
I gotta see. I gotta read up on this. See how much of the stunt work that Daniel Craig actually does himself.
He does his own stunts. Now, had they went with Idris Elba, I'm just saying.
I think I read an article last week where he is totally out of the running for this.
Okay, well,
it would be a nice. It would be a nice change. It'd be a nice change to have Idris Elba or a female James Bond. Jamie Bond.
Jamie Bond.
Jamie Bond. It's coming.
I don't know. It seems like I should be all for it, being a woman, and I should be like, oh yeah, female power. But I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be a little old school. Sorry.
There you go. Hold on. Cast Angela Bassett as a female Jamie Bond.
I still don't know if I'm there on that. I'm
Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett.
And I love her, but I'm just not there.
Angela Bassett is kicking everybody's ass. Angela Bassett. I would watch that. I would watch that.
Whatever it takes, just put in some Angela Bassett and it makes it all better.
Yeah,
I can go behind that. I can hear you on that.
So
Angela
Pam be home. Thank you. Thank you for checking us out. Pam be home. Pam, is that you? Okay, it might be my friend Pam. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But anyway, so the next one I'm going to, like I said, Fast and Furious. They have in Fast and Furious 6. There is a truck scene, a tank scene rather, where this tank is going through this city, and the Fast and Furious team has to stop the tank with their cars.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't I show this clip last week? I think I showed part of this clip last week. Go ahead. Talk about it.
So the tank plows over cars along a Spanish highway, which the crew received special permission to basically destroy. The tank was a real functioning tank and created a path of destruction behind it, destroying 250 cars during production. This scene was originally intended to be CGI, but the film crew chose to use a real working tank along with a few lighter fakes so that the road wouldn't be completely destroyed by the tank.
That's crazy.
Yes, this Pam B. Home is my friend Pam Grant, and Pam is a very good friend of mine. She was in one of my best bands, Straight Truth, and she was my backup singer, and she's phenomenal. So yeah, shout out to Pam B. Home, Pam Grant. But yes, this is the natural stunt they used with the real tank, real cars, no CGI involved. It was dynamite, and of course, it's a Fast and Furious movie. And as we all know, I love Fast and Furious movies.
So, not only do they do spaceships,
airplanes, submarines,
but they also do tanks,
submarines, and they do tanks. And in the last one, the newest one, they he stopped the big rolling bomb with a car.
It's unreal.
It was a rolling bomb, and it was rolling through like Italy. And he jumped a couple of things and stood in front of the bomb and stopped it.
And I know you go to the movies to escape, but my goodness, come on. This Fast and Furious franchise, it has to be stopped.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Doing too much.
No, it doesn't.
It's doing too much.
Does not have to be stopped. I think the rumor is they're going to do a female Fast and Furious.
Oh, well, aren't there female like Michelle Rodriguez?
Rodriguez, yes, and the other, yes, there are females in this, but
I think there were women Fast and Furious.
Now with the spoiler alert, with the end of the last one, they brought back Gal Gadot's character, who fell off an airplane, was supposedly dead, but then they brought her back because she popped out of the submarine that they stopped in the other one.
Spoiler alert.
So in the one, she fell off the airplane and was supposedly dead. She fell out of the airplane and supposedly died. But then in the other one, they captured a submarine, and she popped out of the submarine that they captured in the one before that.
Oh my God. Although I have to say, if Gal Gadot is at the head of all-female Fast and Furious, I probably would be in.
Well, they wouldn't make it the head of it. They would probably make Michelle Rodriguez the head of it.
Oh, okay. But I Wonder Woman 1984. It was crap. But Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I absolutely love.
Yes, I do. And Charlize Theron is part of the Fast and Furious family now.
Oh, she did a Fast and Furious?
She's been the last couple, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Because
Yeah,
I do like
she was the bad guy. She was the bad guy. She did a big fight in the last one with Michelle Rodriguez and everything. It was really good. It was really good. And Ronda Rousey was in the Fast and Furious because she had a big fight with Michelle Rodriguez. So apparently Michelle Rodriguez can fight. So, you know. So the next one we
did have her as one of our actors doing their own stunts last week.
Michelle Rodriguez?
Didn't we talk about Michelle Rodriguez?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she did probably a lot of her own stunts in Dungeons and Dragons and Fast and Furious. The next one we have is an old school one from 1928. And we have Buster Keaton and Steamboat Bill. And this is incredible because this is 1928. So there's no possible chance that this could be CGI. There's no possible chance of extended camera tricks. Buster Keaton was a solid actor, and he was known for having a very stone face as a silent actor and doing a lot of things. And in Steamboat Bill, a house after a tornado, a house falls on him, and he's only saved by the house falling, and he's in one spot, and the window falls right through him. So basically, what happens is this is a man standing there, and the house. This is 1928, so the whole house falls on this guy, this silent film actor, and he's got to stand there and trust that they know how everything's going to fall, and it falls around him.
Oh, I think this is a pretty famous scene. Like if you
yes, it's a very famous scene. It's a very famous scene. He was actually standing there while they actually threw a house on him.
Okay, I think I have it queued up.
That's stunt work.
Let me see if I can bring it back. Hold on. I think I got it queued up, and so that we could take a look at a quick clip of just what this entails. Where he is basically having a whole house fall on him. So that's like one of those one take things.
Yeah.
You don't get
that's one of the things that if you get it wrong, you ain't got a movie no more.
Because you've just smashed your star.
You just smashed the star of the show. If you get it wrong, cut, wrap, and send it out somewhere because it's not going on. Yeah.
All right. What else you got on your list?
That was from 1959, and this is Ben-Hur, and a chariot scene from Ben-Hur. Now, once again, we're talking 59. We're talking the scene, and I want to give a shout out to all the movies done in the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, because there wasn't a lot of, and even in the 70s, there wasn't a lot of CGI. There wasn't a lot of special effects. Let's remember, in 76, Star Wars special effects was little models and them filming little models on strings. So there wasn't a lot of special effects back in those days that you could rely on. So, shout out to all those movies with all the stunt actors and all the stuntmen that played on it. But in Ben-Hur, the chariot scene And I think you would think it would be easy, but you got to think these chariots. Charleston Heston knew how to ride. The most difficult part of the scene was done by stuntman Joe Cannon, son of another stunt on the list, stage. Anyway, even with all the preparation, an unexpected lunge happened to one of the carriages. Um, one of the actors, one of the stuntmen, went flying through the air, a shot that wasn't planned, and it was spectacular that the director kept it in the film.
Wow.
Even today, more than 70 years later, it's an incredible stunt that deserves second place on any list, because there's a stunt in here where the stuntman went through the air and fell down on this, and they kept that in the film because these guys are actually riding these horses on this set.
Wow.
There's no CGI involved.
CGI,
These guys are actually riding horses.
No,
and
like,
racing.
Did you see the 300?
I saw it once. I don't remember too much. I didn't like it too much.
Okay. But again, I think a lot of that was like probably CGI'd and like, again, we get so spoiled and so trained on having like all the Inception like special effects. I was thinking of Inception too when I watched the Doctor Strange movie, that we get kind of spoiled and we don't realize, like, again, some of the lengths that people would go through to make that movie going experience like something special.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't think about it. Next on our list is Police Story. And it's a Jackie Clan movie. Jackie Chan, right? I'm sorry.
Okay, I was like, who is Jackie Clan?
Jackie Chan. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Jackie Chan. Now this scene, the character jumps on a pole and descends 6 floors while smashing every electric bulb on the way down. He's just down. That's Police Story. The movie's called Police Story, and it's a 1985 film. And he's sliding down. He lands on a huge glass that crashes as he hits it. Now, here's the thing about this: Chan ended the stunt with second-degree burns from sliding on his hands, a dislocated pelvis, and a back injury. And it says in the report, not for nothing, this stunt almost killed him.
I can imagine.
But he slid down that many stories just to get the shot. 6 floors. He slid down 6 floors with second-degree burns on his hands. And his back and his pelvis.
No way. They would not have gotten the shot. I would have been like,
they got the shot.
Don't pay me enough.
Well, he makes enough money. According to Chris Tucker, if you listen to Chris Tucker, he says Jackie Chan owns everything in China. Jackie Chan owns. This scene right here.
Way. No. So
this is actually Jackie Chan going down.
Oh, come on.
And that's probably where he burned his hands.
Oh, God. Why? Oh, no. Why would you do that? Why are you doing that? There's not enough money.
I don't know.
Not enough
I don't know.
money. Oh, my God. And how are they getting all these shots? Like, where are they putting cameras? Oh, Lord. I couldn't watch this. Oh, my word.
Well, you have a choice. Either go down there or they kill you.
And then he's going to break the glass. I guess he's not, because he burnt his hand. Oh, this is too much. Well, what's he going to use to break the glass? Oh, crazy. This is too crazy.
So this, I think, is, the next scene, I think, is the scene when he goes down 6 floors and he kind of burns his hands. I think that might have been a stuntman doing that other part. But yeah, he so
That's,
he
you
did.
know what? Now we got to bring in some CGI. Come on, that we can't. Oh
So
my
next we have Tom Cruise, Mission
God.
Impossible, Ghost Protocols.
Of course, Tom
So
Cruise.
Tom Cruise,
He does his own real life stunts.
yes, and he's climbing the building. He's doing a stunt. Now, let me tell you something. The company that was initially insuring the movie did not approve this stunt for Tom Cruise. They
He
said,
did
"No,
it
we're
anyway.
not going to insure that. You cannot do this. You cannot do the stunt." You know what Tom Cruise did? Fired the insurer and hired another one that would let him do it.
I thought you were going to say Tom Cruise just brought an insurance company and insured himself.
Yeah, well, he fired the company from the movie and brought in another insurance company that would let him do the stunt. And
Wow.
he either do the stunt with just like a harness holding him up, and they had other ropes holding him up, but he was actually the person on the stunt.
Hey, he's Tom Cruise. He's got it like that. He can do it like that. All right. What's
So
next on your list?
next we have Goldeneye in 1997. This is before Daniel Craig. This James Bond movie. This was Pierce Brosnan's time as James Bond, and there was a scene where there was a 720-foot bungee jump from the Versace Dam in Switzerland. This jump, the stunt performer that did the stunt was Wayne Michaels. Now, when he did the stunt, it was 720 foot bungee jump. And towards the end of the jump, he did pass out at the final moment when they already had gotten the shot. They already got the shot, and he had to do something, and he passed out, and they'd already gotten the shot when he landed. He passed out. That's how high the jump was.
Wow.
And this was probably, I think this was this is recorded at the time in 1997. This was the biggest bungee jump fall ever.
Wow.
But the stunt man actually passed out on the stunt.
But was he all right afterwards?
Yes, he was all right afterwards.
Okay.
That's one from Mad Max Fury Road in 2015. Interesting. The stunt was that they had, and I've never seen this movie, those bars that they have there on this movie, the actors had to go on the bars. And the director thought he was going to have to do CGI to get this done because it's racing cars and there's men on bars hanging from them and everything else.
Racing cars, men on bars. It's like a Blondie song. Anyway.
Yes. But the stunt coordinator insisted Guy Norris insisted that it would not be necessary. So what they did was they called in Circus Olay pole trainers.
Circus Soleil
pole trainers to train the stuntmen on how to work on poles.
Okay.
And with that, they did the actual shot without CGI. So with the training with the training the stuntmen already had, plus the training they received for the Circus Olay trainers, they were actually able to complete that stunt without using CGI at all.
Wow. And that looks like impossible.
Yes, they did all that
thing
without using CGI. No green screen, nothing like that. They
just
see how they're swinging on that. They were taught by Circus Olay people in order to do that stunt.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That you couldn't. I don't know if you could pay me enough money to be a stuntman.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sure they are well paid.
So the
Well
last
paid.
one we have is from a 1939 movie, a John Ford movie, Stagecoach. And I'm going to give this credit because, this is this is one of those early movies where there's no CGI involved. And the scene was shot in 39 without any precautions at all. And it depended on the collaboration of trained horses. It worked creating one of the most amazing sequences cinema has seen to that moment, making the stuntman to follow, Canute, the stuntman to follow. That was the name of the stuntman. His name was Yakima Canute. And the stunt is impressive that Steven Spielberg inspired a similar scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark on this exact sequence. And basically, it was based on trained horses, but with the trained horses, this man actually got dragged by the horses in this movie. And that was a stunt because, as you know, dragging a man by horse, you can kill him.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm sure he has some other precautionary things on him. But once again, let's remember, this is 1939. And there's not a lot of the precautions that we have now for stuntmen was not around the 20s and 30s in the early in the 1900s, the early makings of filmmaking. Those precautions were not around a lot of times. So a lot of stuntmen, I believe the early stuntmen from the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s probably were the toughest guys you'd ever want to know.
Oh yeah.
Because they had
right there.
They actually had to do these stunts. Yeah, that was right there. And these stunts actually had to get done by the stuntman. Hey man, we're going to shoot you off a horse, and you're going to get dragged by the horse a couple of feet so we can get the shot. And we're going to trust the horse to stop.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you could get totally. And then, who knows how much control they had over those horses that, the horses coming up in the next scene didn't trump.
Exactly.
That's high risk.
And that's what they did back then. You
run and gun. Hey.
Oh
yeah, let's just jump on this horse in motion. Oh,
and that was, and I will tell you something. That probably wasn't John Wayne. That was probably a stuntman. But
definitely.
But that was a real guy jumping from horse to horse to horse. There was no CGI involved in that.
No. Ain't nobody got time for that. You can't do CGI on that.
I have much respect for the stuntmen of yesteryear in the old movies because they don't have the blue screen and the CGI and the green screens that we have now. They had to actually do those stunts.
They had to do the work.
Yes.
As Dr. Now would say, you do the work. Anyway. Oh, but we did some work here, just going over some of the best stunts. Thank you guys in the comments for sharing some of your thoughts on the best stunts, whether they were from James Bond movies or old school stunts. We were not looking at the green screen, so we were going for the folks who were doing it live, doing it, the real deal.
And I'm sure a lot of the action stunts and fighting stunts were probably done by Bruce Willis in the Die Hard movies, in the first Die Hard movie.
Oh no, he had a stunt man. Come on.
I don't think Bruce Willis had a stunt double.
Well, you know what? We didn't have stunt doubles for this show, but we appreciate the folks who signed on. Kathy and Kitty Explain Pop Culture. Find our YouTube page. We also have a Facebook page. You can join there, and we'll be posting throughout the week as pop culture things come up. Please consider liking and subscribing if you want to support the show. We have a link in the description. You can buy us a cup of coffee. It just helps us pay for our StreamYard. And if you are streaming and need a great platform, StreamYard is excellent. We can do a remote show with me in the north and Kenny in the south, South Jersey, North Carolina. See, you got me all off from all that Jersey talk earlier. But there's also a link in the description if you want to sign up for StreamYard. We'll let you know that if you do sign up for those links in our description about some of the stuff that we use to do this show. And it is an affiliate link. That means we might get a small commission if you choose to click on the link. You don't get charged anything extra. We might make 20 cents. I don't know, but it all helps us just keep the podcast rolling. So there you go. And also in that description, since you're looking there anyway, we do have a new website, Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture, kathyandkenny.com. How simple is that? kathyandkenny.com. Put that in your browser and hopefully you'll find our site where you can find all of our shows in their podcast form if you want to listen. But if you can't even wait for that, you can check us out on Tuesday nights on Indie 101.5. Who's Got Next Radio. We are happy to be a part of that family. So to all the folks listening to us on a Tuesday night, shout out to you guys. And I don't know, that's it.
That's pretty much it. Next week, I'm going to correct the grievous error that I did in June.
Okay.
I forgot the weeks, and when you get to summertime, days start running together. And I thought we had another week in June, and we don't because June was last month. But last month was actually Black Music Month.
Okay.
So next week's show is going to be about the prominent Black music artists that formed music today.
That you mean that informed music today?
That influenced music today.
Okay.
Influence. I meant influence. Influenced music today. So we're going to be talking about your Paul Robesons, your Josephine Bakers, and
influencers.
The influencers, the actual influencers of music today. We're going to be talking about the Princes and the Jimi Hendrix. And
so I actually gotta go and change the link because I already put up a link for franchises. So I need to change the date for that show.
Oh, we're doing franchises?
I thought we said last week we were gonna talk about franchises. So
okay, let's talk about franchises.
I did a thumbnail and everything.
All right, look, okay.
Hey,
next week we'll do franchises. Next week we'll do franchises. The week after that we'll do the most musical influencers of Black music.
Okay. All right.
Next week we'll do franchise. That's a good subject.
All right, because we talked about last week. I actually went ahead and made the thumbnail because I was like a week early.
Okay, I forgot. You know what? I'm getting old. I forget things.
I hear you.
Forgive me.
Well, don't forget to join us next Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Pop Culture Kids, be there or be square. We'll see you next week.
God bless your soul and keep living. Peace.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.